All right, Saturday night dice baseball action time, folks. Tonight we're going to just play. We do a couple of videos actually tonight. I'm gonna do the last 3 innings of this game here. I got some interest in some of my APBA Master game work, and I'm gonna play the last 3 innings of 1987 Reds and Dodgers. And right now the Reds are beating the Dodgers in LA by the score of 4-0. Hershiser has been really good this year. Gave up 2 runs over 6 innings, and he was a victim of some bad Dodger defense. So Alex Trevino let up a pass ball and let up a couple unearned runs. So I'm gonna get going here. So right now it's the bottom of the sixth, and the Tommy Lasorda just decided to yank Oral Hershiser for a pinch hitter. So we're gonna pull up their look for the pinch hitters. I'm gonna try to cover some of my little ways I speed up the APBA Master game. So one thing I want to show first is my score sheet. So I actually can score like 4 games on one sheet of graph paper, and that's a big time saver when you're doing like a really long replay like this. So I'm up to August 13th in this project, and this 1987 replay started. Let's see, it started on Christmas Day 2019. So I've been doing this for a while, but I've been playing some other things as well. So I do 4 games on one sheet, and I also use these, you could see these baseball card holders, so I'm not like shuffling cards around. And I keep my lineup for the month all on that one sheet. So this Dodger team doesn't have a really good bench. So let's take a look. They have Tito Landrum, Ken Landreau. It's got a 1 there at 66, but let's put in, they're usually their best hitters, actually their backup catchers, Mike Socha. Well, he's actually the starting catcher, but Trevino's starting this game. So we're going to put in Mike Socha and get things rolling here. So I'm going to try to play this a little bit fast because I want to get to that unboxing video, and we'll get going here. So let's see how this looks. All right, bottom of the 6th. I got my phone storage situation figured out. One other thing with this pitching is, one cool thing about APBA is you get these, sometimes these pretty bad pitchers have really good seasons, and it seems that the dice know when Tom Browning's pitching for the Reds, because he's been really good this year. If you look at, he's a Master Game 3, which is pretty bad. 3YZ. The YZ is not bad, but the 3 is not good. So let's look at his stats so far this year. So it seems like every time he starts, the dice go cold for the other team. So Browning on the year is 10-6 with a 3.39 ERA, and he is actually like in the top 10 in ERA in the NL, and it's just consistent, which is kind of like, it's almost like magic, like how lucky he gets every time he comes out for a D pitcher. And you're going to get that all in these replays, is you're going to have a few D pitchers that just get lucky every time out, which is kind of like amazing about these dice games. So it's bottom of the 6th. Let's put in Mike Socha. He's going to bat here against Browning. Now Browning has advanced to he pitched 5 scoreless innings, so he's advanced to an 8 LYZ. So let's go Mike Socha. Rolls a 52-27. That's a grounder to third. 1 away. Dodgers are trying to come back here. They're down 4-0. Reds are trying to pull a split of this 4-game series. So let's go Steve Sachs. 15-11. That's a base hit. Steve Sachs. Now he's down 4, so his C30 stealing rate, he can't go when they're behind like that, which is one thing I really like, the out-of-the-box Master Game steals. It kind of really reads the situation and doesn't let guys steal when they really shouldn't be stealing bases when they're down runs. So Sachs on first. Now I do have to hold him at first in order to keep him from going, because if I decided not to hold Sachs, if I played my first baseman who's Nick Asaski. If I played him off the bag, Sachs could go. But all Asaski has to do is hold Sachs at first, and Sachs is froze at first. Now, I could also hit and run here, which I'm not going to do. So up is John Shelby. John Shelby's having a pretty good year here. Let's see. He's got some home runs. Shelby is 20 home runs and 306 at-bats. Pretty good. Okay, so pitch from Browning to Shelby, 14-12. Now, this is that tricky play in the Master game, because at 12, you can get some hits. You need to have a good defensive first baseman in the Master game. So I'm going to roll on the defense of Nick Asaski, because a 12 can let up some hits. So let's see here. So it's a 42, and a 42 is a fielding 2, so that's going to be a hit. So like I said, you got to have a good defensive first baseman. So it's runners on first and second, 1 out. 4-0 Reds here in the 6th. Pedro Guerrero is having a really good season. He's batting he's batting .359 with 17 home runs and about 400 at bats. So first and second, 1 out. Pedro Guerrero. 63 is a 31 to fly to center. I'm not going to check for the. I'm not going to let Sachs take a chance at third. Down 4 runs. So first and second, 2 outs. Mike Marshall. 35 is a 9. Okay, so Browning advanced to an 8, so that's a 9 on an 8. So on a first and second, that's going to be an out. That is a grounder to third. All right, top of the 7th. I'm going to put a new pitcher in for the Dodgers. That's going to be Alejandro Pena. He's a Master Game 12X. He's their closer, but I'm going to use him in an attempt to try to get back in this game early. Maybe we'll use someone else to close if we need to. All right, Dave Concepcion. He's batting second here. Barry Larkin got injured last series, so he's out for a few games. So Concepcion is bringing back memories of the 70s. For the Reds fans here in 1987. So Concepcion with the 16-28. That's a grounder to short. Mariano Duncan makes the play over to Franklin Stubbs. 1 away here in the 7th. Next batter is Paul O'Neill. 24 to 30. It's a fly to left. 2 away. And that'll bring up Nick Asaski. 44 is a 7. Adding 3, so it's a 15, so that's still a base hit. Nick Asaski, first and runner on first. Now, Asaski's an N-rated stealer, so I don't even have to hold him on the bag, which is a little bit of APBA ball, because if I don't hold him, I actually get a better chance of making the play. The first baseman naturally has more range since he's not holding on. He's playing back behind the bag, which is nice thing about this Master game, which makes it, I think, the best baseball dice sim out there. All right, Parker. Dave Parker, the Cobra. 22. That is a hit by pitch. So he plunks Cobra. First and second, that is 2 outs for Buddy Bell. First and second. Reds trying to add on to their 4-0 lead. 35 is a 39. This might be like a rare play. It's where a lot of people get kind of jacked at the Master game because they don't like these rare plays, but I think they're fun because there's rare plays in here I've never seen in playing this for 15 years. So 39 is a defensive play to the catcher. So the catcher is a 7, so I got to check his defense. That's an 11. So Trevino makes a fielding 1 play on a 39. Strike, runner caught off second if neither team leads by more than 5 runs. Otherwise, Trevino fires down and nails Nick Asaski at second base for the 3rd out with a big gun down. So bottom of the 7th. Browning's now advanced to a grade 13. He's going for the shutout here at Chavez Ravine. Franklin Stubbs is up. 14 is a 12, and it's a grounder to first, 1 away. Okay, Browning dealing here. Mario Duncan, 63-32, fly to right. I think Browning, didn't he get in trouble or some kind of like alcoholism or beat his wife? Something weird happened with him. I remember seeing his mug shot somewhere, but to look that up. Hoffman, 52-27, that's a grounder to third. Hoffman doesn't have the best bat. We're going to the 8th. Dodgers are running out of outs here. Alejandro Pena is going to face Buddy Bell, Ron Oster, and Fred McGriff. Okay, Buddy Bell gets a fresh at bat due to the pickoff. That's a 64-13. That's a strikeout. 1 down for Ron Oster. Another 70s, early 80s Reds guy. I remember seeing Ronnie Oster when I was a kid going to Three Rivers Stadium in probably the early 80s against the Reds. Okay, so Ronnie Oster's up. 43 is a 29 against Pena's X. That's a strikeout. 2 down. Next batter is Mini McGriff, mini crime dog, Terry McGriff. I think he's related to Fred McGriff. 41 is a 24. It's a 6-3 ground out. So let's go to the bottom of the 8th. Browning is now advanced to a Master Game 18. He's up to like an A-level pitcher here in APBA. So Alex Trevino is going to lead off the bottom of the 8th. 12-25. Browning gets him on a ground out for 3. That's going to bring up the pitcher spot for LA. Let's bring in the next pitcher here, or the next pinch hitter. Let's bring in Tito Landrum. I need to get him some at-bats here and some pinch hitting roles. So he's batting here in the 8th. Tito Landrum grabs some lumber. Tom Browning's curveball is on tonight here in LA. Terry Landrum, 51's a 9 against an 18 is a strikeout here on these old master boards. The newer master boards don't have that 9 strikeout for those high grades. So let's go Steve Sachs, 2 for 3 on a day. 23 is a 26. It's a grounder to second. All right, last chance. Let's go. We're going to put in someone else here. Let's see if we could put in a pitch. Oh, they don't have much going on. It's hard to believe this team is 1 year away from the World Series. I mean, they caught lightning in a bottle in '88. Because I mean, they really don't have much at all. I mean, Matt Young, Brian Holton, who's not available since he pitched yesterday. Ken Howell. I mean, what do you have? The 3 XY. Hilligus with his W and a 5. I mean, come on. It's 1 year away from a World Series. They got lucky. I'm not even a Mets fan either. So, all right. Howell is pitching for the Dodgers in the 9th inning. Browning is going to bat for himself since he's wheeling and dealing. He's up to a Master Game 20. Browning, 26 is a strikeout. 1 down, brings up Tracy Jones. Tracy Jones, interesting player. I mean, look at him in APBA. He's a look at his height, 6'3", 220. So he's a big guy. He's got a speed of 18 with some power. I mean, whatever. I don't think he did much after this year. I mean, he didn't really have that great of a year this year, but he was a platoon with Cal Daniels, who has like an incredible APBA card, just to kind of show you guys, because he's probably not going to get in the game here. But Cal Daniels has one of the best freaking APBA cards I remember from being a kid. Look at this. 11-1, 66-1, 15-11, 25-11, 51-10. So about 334, 617 slugging, a 429 on base percentage. I mean, one of the classic 80s APBA cards, Cal Daniels. So in real life, I learned this from the Elias Baseball Analyst reading their write-up. He was a platoon with Tracy Jones for that year. So interesting stuff. So let's go. Tracy Jones going to bat here with 1 out in the ninth. 55 is an 8. 8's a base hit. Tracy Jones. Okay, 4-0 lead. Jones is going to go with his B31. Since he can go, they're ahead by any number of runs. So 31. We're going to subtract Trevino's +1, so it makes him 30. Howe is a move to first 0, so it's 30 chances out of 36. He's got to roll 56 or less. 33, and Jones is safe at second. All right, next we got to roll and see if there's a wild throw there by Trevino. So I've got to roll 4 and a 22, and that is a no wild throw. So 1 out, 1 on, no one in. Dave Concepcion's up, 4-0 Reds. Here in the ninth, Tracy Jones, 18 speed at second base. 32's a 26. That is a pop out to third. All right, and that is Paul O'Neill's up next, and that is 65-35. That is a pop out. Okay, let's go to the bottom of the ninth. Let's slam the door on these guys. We're gonna let's keep. Okay, Browning's staying in there with his 20 YZ, very powerful. He's like up to an AYZ now with his advancement. He's gonna face T-Bone Shelby, Guerrero, and Marshall. 23 is a 13 strikeout Shelby. 1 down here in the ninth. Dodgers down their last 2 outs. They're going to get shut out at home here. Pedro Guerrero, 43-29. That's a grounder back to Browning. Over to Asaski, 2 down. Okay, last chance saloon here for Dodgers. Mike Marshall, Moose. 41, it's a grounder to Concepcion, over to Asaski, and that's your ball game. Tom Browning with the complete game shutout, 9 innings, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits, no runs, no earned, no home runs, walked, no one, struck out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 strikeouts. Hershiser's going to get the loss. So your final from LA is the Cincinnati Reds 4, LA Dodgers nothing. So that's it for this evening's APBA Master Game action. I'm going to come back with an unboxing. I got a package here this week, and we'll be talking a little bit on that video about the my replays and where I'm at with my different projects as well. So I hope you enjoyed this little teaser video, and have a good evening. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.